Can you hear me better now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what did you think of the first draft? Let's start with that. See if we can get through that.
All right. Yeah. If we've kept anybody around through the Two Stooges trying to work through some technical difficulties here, first round of the draft was really tame. I thought that the I thought that the I'm sorry. Hold on one second.
That nobody pushed hard enough.
Yeah, well, I just felt like that the particular coaches and stuff, I thought they were going to come out and be way more aggressive than they were. You know what I'm saying? It was like almost like they were very tame because they couldn't get some face-to-face time, or they weren't sitting there next to their GM and they had to call somebody and then they had to call this person and they had to be in contact. So I just feel like early on it was they were getting comfortable with the process, and I mean, I freaking called it, bro. I told you. I said, hope if the GM sees the appropriate talent, Andrew Thomas is going first tackle off the board, and there he was. But I thought it was a good first round overall. It kind of, a little bit of that human element being taken out of it. I did that draft over under, and so I kind of went with what kind of happens through drafts. A trade happens here, and somebody takes a receiver too early, so then a run of receivers. And so I missed a lot of shots. I didn't think that Isaiah Simmons was going to drop all the way to number 8 for the Cardinals, and I think that because he did, CeeDee Lamb drops then, and then one of the biggest surprises to me was I can't believe Henry Ruggs was the first receiver taken for a team that it seems like they need a big Z receiver, some Z-style receiver like Jerry Jeudy. I couldn't believe that he was passed on there, man.
Well, I think the issue why Ruggs was taken first was mainly because his speed is unreal. That is speed. You can't teach speed. You can teach route running.
Sure.
And so I mean, and the Raiders, I mean, they need that speed. And not just that, but he's tough. So he can handle the press coverage a lot better than Jerry Jeudy can. Now, I thought CeeDee Lamb was going to be the first receiver off the board. I said that on this week's episode.
Yeah, me too, actually.
But one thing I am surprised, obviously the first and second pick where, everyone kind of called that. And it's even with the third pick with Okudah, I thought that Derek Brown should have been the third pick overall. Well, he's got much more kick-ass attitude.
I disagree with that. I mean, I agree with that. He has a much more kick-ass attitude, but the Lions losing Darius Slay, in this league, in that division, playing against Aaron Rodgers and Kirk Cousins with some weapons and continuously needing coverage, I don't think that there was a better choice than Okudah there at 3. Personally,
it certainly wasn't a bad pick.
No, I get what you're saying, but I think it was the best pick.
Now, you thought the Isaiah Simmons at 8. Well, you loved that pick. Personally, I wasn't a big fan of that pick.
Loved it.
I don't think he's physical enough. I don't think that he is built for the NFL. I've got it written down. He's a college linebacker, but an NFL safety is how he's built. So,
but that's how the NFL is played now. Now you don't have to lose out on him on nickel and dime packages because he. Well, I mean, you're talking about the NFC West, man. Who does the NFC West have? George Kittle and the Rams tight ends that are speedsters and athletes. I feel like that's a perfect fit and exactly what Arizona needed.
Yeah, to fight off your division, but eventually you have to get outside your division. And
the
league is starting to turn towards run heavy now with big running backs.
No, I disagree, and that's why you get big offensive linemen, in my opinion. I think that Isaiah Simmons is going to be a perfect fit, and you say, well, that's just your division. Well, that's half your games throughout the season. You know what I'm saying? That's you win your division, you go to the next level, and you have a chance. And then when you make it to the playoffs, 9 times out of 10, any team has a good opportunity to make a splash. Yeah. So I hear what you're saying. He could be a bust. I'm not, but I mean, there's a reason that guys like Devin White and Devin Bush went within the top 10 picks last year. I can't believe personally that he was passed on at Carolina after losing Kuechly. Obviously, Derek Brown is such a presence on the defensive line, and there's so many holes that needed to be filled on Carolina that I think that they just got a dominant presence in the on the defensive line from my boy Derek Brown from Auburn, and now they can still tank this year. And I think that it's you like Teddy Bridgewater. I think it's tank for Trevor Lawrence, man. You know my thought process on it. If I was the Bengals, I most certainly would have taken Joe Burrow. I don't think there was any question about it.
Yeah.
But I personally think that Trevor Lawrence is going to be a better prospect overall.
Now let's move on to what is, in my opinion, the worst pick, maybe in draft history, and that is the Packers pick, taking Jordan Love. What an absolute disrespect to Aaron Rodgers. The man just said he wants to play till he's 40 years old. What you do in the situation is you take an offensive lineman and you protect his blind side.
You know what you sound like? I'm having deja vu. You sound like every person that ever had anything to say about the Packers taking Aaron Rodgers behind Brett Favre. So I'm just saying that turned out that worked out.
So you're thinking that lightning's going to strike twice then? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I'm saying I've been a big proponent of this, and you know it, that Aaron Rodgers is a great quarterback because he was able to sit on the bench for 2 or 3 years behind a great quarterback and learn the game. I feel like that's a lot of like some people can transcend in their talent level and just come onto the NFL field and be good. But a lot of times what will happen is a rookie gets thrown in there way too early. They're not ready to play NFL football. It's completely different. They're not able to read the defenses like they should to be successful. And then
I think I lost you for a second.
It crushes their spirit. It crushes their, they're not able to learn, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. They're not able to learn the game of football, which is what a lot of quarterbacks, young quarterbacks coming in that could be great are missing. And so I thought that the pick was way too high. I'm not disagreeing with you there. I feel like that Jordan Love was picked way too high. But you have an opportunity to sit him behind. I mean, what if the only and go out and play great football? I think that that's a good pick because you can sit Jordan Love behind there. I mean, if Aaron Rodgers teaches you the ropes of football, you have no expectation of being the starter for a couple of years. You're able to settle in.
You're going in and out.
I disagree. I don't think it was the worst pick in history. It's not a pick I would have made, but I'm going to have to disagree with you there, man.
So, obviously, not the worst pick in history. The Redskins have had plenty of worst picks in history.
Ryan Leaf. Like a word, man.
But see, here's the thing, though. You could have gotten Jordan Love later, and you could have taken Isaiah Wilson to protect your now quarterback. You could have waited till next year and gotten a Jordan Love quality quarterback next year after drafting a once-in-a-lifetime offensive tackle.
See, I'm in disagreement with that too. I think they should have gone receiver. I think you need to go receiver there. They need a weapon to.
Yeah, no, you need a weapon for. I would have gone offensive tackle or receiver this year.
I mean, they got some decent receivers and guys that can do some things, but Aaron Rodgers is creating a lot of this, and he is such a risk-averse quarterback in his old age now. He doesn't want to throw interceptions. He doesn't want to turn. Are not doing the job, or at least not consistently doing it. They all have flashes. They all have shown. But we got here coming up here in about an hour and 20 minutes. We got another round of draft. We all, this is not. I know there's a lot of talented guys left because your boy Bill Belichick traded down from 23 for 37 and 71. So I mean, this is a deep draft. I was very surprised with how logical a lot of teams were going. I thought there was no way that Justin Herbert should go before Tua. I believe that Justin Herbert, given the right grader on Tua, and like you said on the pod last week, the Dolphins have Fitzpatrick there to let Tua grow behind. I know that this injury is not supposed to be a thing, but like I just said, I'm a big proponent of letting that guy sit and learn the NFL.
No, I don't. I personally don't think that. I knew Tua had an injury history, but until I researched it after the pod released, I didn't realize the extent to his injury history. He is not going to last long in the NFL unless he changes his play style, and he has an amazing offensive line in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to have to not take unnecessary hits.
Yeah, sorry, finish what you're saying.
Sorry, you're cutting out on me, brother.
Oh, sorry. So let's move into what I thought was the best pick of the first round, and that's the Dolphins at number 30 with Noah, and I'm going to say this wrong, Igbenogene, a cornerback. He's a great press man, great pick. I'm surprised he lasted to 30. And most of all, it makes up for the Dolphins' horrible pick at
Igbenogene.
Aguine?
I believe it's a big Aguine.
A big Aguine, okay. But yeah, so them taking Austin Jackson at 18 was horrible. He is not NFL ready compared to Ezra Cleveland, who was still on the board at the time. But Aguine is going to be an all-star, and he'll make plenty of Pro Bowls in his career.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's as we spoke about earlier. It's always great to get a good cornerback that is going to be able to provide in this league, in this pass-heavy league. Jags taking C.J. Henderson, actually a completely smart pick. Wow, I can't believe they actually did something that is not dumb. Now they're gonna sign him to a huge contract and then trade him away in a couple years. But for now, they have a great defensive back coming out of Florida that'll be able to provide some assistance since losing Boye and Ramsey.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So at the last pick of the first round, which was Clyde Edwards-Helaire, usually I'm not a fan of taking running backs in the first round. I liked this pick. Usually I'm a fan of teams taking guys in the second or third round for running backs, grinding them out on their rookie contract and tossing them in the trash like most teams do, because you don't last long anymore.
The thing is you get that 5th-year option if you're a first round pick as a team. So you really want to have that.
You've got Mahomes back there. This running back's he's not going to be like Derrick Henry. He's not going to have 900, 1,000 rushes a year. They're going to conserve him. He's going to be a great back. He's got speed, and he brings a lot of great fantasy value. I think he'll be the number one pick off a lot of rookie drafts.
Yeah. I mean, you're sitting above me in our dynasty draft. I'm sitting at 10, but a lot of the people that a lot of the guys that I really wanted really didn't land in great places for me. I think that it was in terms of us just talking NFL draft, it was a great NFL draft for the product that they're trying to put onto the field, or a great first round of the NFL draft for the product that they're attempting to put on the field. But I think for fantasy, that a lot of teams went need instead of, hey, we really want this shiny new receiver to pair with our other shiny new receivers. And so a lot of teams, I think that Broncos getting Jerry Jeudy, what a steal for the Broncos, right? But what a disheartening move for the Broncos, because it seems like Drew Lock may potentially be able to be a competent quarterback.
I lost you.
Good?
Yeah, you're good now.
He doesn't seem like he's going to be the type of quarterback that is able to support 2 receivers and make them valuable as far as value you bring to a team. You're able to catch the third down passes, and Judy and Cortland Sutton are able to move the chains when necessary, and they're they're wanting to push this run heavy attack with Melvin Gordon. This depth now, and it seems like while that's so great for an actual football team, for fantasy value, you can't have been excited as I was. I think that Jerry Jeudy is the best receiver in this draft, and he should have gone first. I think I would have liked him a lot better going to the Raiders at 12. Star at receiver. But so the thing is, that just doesn't make me excited for now. What'll happen during our dynasty draft? Me picking 10, I may be able to. If I on him, I am at this point because of his landing spot. So that's something. I think that one great fantasy move that may not make an actual impact specifically for like a player. Tampa making sure they went up to 13 and got Tristan Wirfs.
Yeah, that's a great pick for them.
It was when at 13, I felt like he was the second or third best pick in the draft, or the tackle in the draft. But I thought Thomas was better. I can't believe that he went so high. He was not expected to go as high as he did. But I mean, the thing is with these tackles, a lot of them, it's more, do you want a guy that's ready to play now, or a guy that has a monster ceiling? And I feel like Tristan Wirfs from Iowa, them boys know how to play football. So I think he was probably the first or second most NFL ready. And Andrew Thomas is the one that is able to grow. And I can't, it's tough to talk crap about Mike Gettleman when we talked crap about him last year for going up and getting this guy and Daniel Jones. If Andrew Thomas is his guy, he knows he wasn't going to get another opportunity to take him. And I think as many dumb moves as that man has done, I think it's something that we need to give him a chance at least. I mean,
yeah. So let's talk about real quick. Let's move on to the Titans. They had pick 29. They took Isaiah Wilson. Great pick for them, because right now they have a weakness on their line. They have the big for no reason trash left tackle Taylor Lewan. So it's good that they finally got someone in there to protect whoever they have at quarterback right now. The man, what is he, like 6'7"? He's a monster.
I'm losing you. I completely disagree with you. They re-signed Dennis Kelly for some tackle depth for when Taylor Lewan gets suspended, obviously.
Yeah. So I was mainly making a joke about Taylor Lewan. That the outside Taylor Lewan, their line is good, but they're shoring up the right side for whoever's going to be playing quarterback.
It's at 29 with a guy like Isaiah Wilson. With a guy like Isaiah Wilson that's come in, I think that it's a great pick. I think there's a lot of different ways that you could have gone with it. But I think it was best available.
That, and he's also built very well for the Titan system. He is a workhorse. He's he's good at pulling. He can get to the second level and take out those linebackers, which is great when you've got a monster like Derrick Henry running behind him, because you need to be able to get up and move downfield.
Absolutely.
But my big question is, what the hell was going on? What was going on in Vrabel's house during the draft?
Hey, Nashville, Nashville, baby, kids. Nashville, baby. What do you want? Look, I'll put in a call to him. We sat on the same row as each other at a Preds game, so we're best buds now, obviously. Yeah, but I have no idea. I watched the videos and stuff. I didn't get to stay up and watch the entire draft. I got up this morning early to get ready for work and kind of went over who was left. It seemed like it's so funny how long the draft actually takes, because it was going so quick, and I had to get into bed about pick 20, man. I was just,
I turned it on my phone after about pick 15, watched on my phone until about pick 25, and then I just said screw it and went to bed. I just kept up on updates.
I'll tell you who I think actually got a really good steal as well. It's actually two. the Jaguars getting Chase on from LSU, the defensive end. What a great pick. Could be Ndakwe's replacement there. And also the Vikings getting Justin Jefferson. What a steal for them, especially after losing Diggs. I'm impressed. There's a lot of linebackers that went though, man. I can't believe that 4 linebackers went.
So before we sign off, you have any last thoughts?
And Kenneth Murray all went in the first round. A lot of cornerbacks too, man. 1 running back. That is, as you say, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Maybe not the best overall running back, but for the style of football that the Chiefs are wanting to play, I think the best pick for them specifically. I wouldn't be surprised as you said, that that he's highly sought after in the dynasty rookie draft. But we got lots of great guys left on the board. DeAndre Swift still on the board.
Yeah, surprisingly, he's still
Jonathan Taylor on the board still.
I think Jonathan Taylor would be for the dynasty draft. I would take him number 2 overall in the new rookie dynasty drafts. To be honest,
who are you talking about? Who'd you say?
Jonathan Taylor.
Oh yeah, I mean, landing spot is obviously big.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you who I'm very surprised didn't go in the first round, and I'm just double checking to make sure I just didn't miss him. But Xavier McKinney, the safety out of Alabama, that is surprising to me. With I guess it was just one of those luck of the draw things that the teams that may have needed a safety ended up not picking them, and then other teams didn't. So another good team left. A good group of guys left available to draft for round 2 and 3 tonight.
Yeah, but so before we sign off, one thing I didn't like last night was that the commentators and the hosts, they only had good things to say. They never criticized the pick at all last night. There was no, that pick's not great. Everything is, that pick is great. That guy's an all-star. Here's all of his highlights.
Yeah.
Yes. But all right, so before we sign off, why don't you tell people what jersey you're wearing over there?
Oh yeah, I got old Pulisic, dude. The old Dortmund jersey. Obviously, it's old school because he is now on Chelsea. So, you asked me earlier if I had a football jersey to throw on. And concert. So we're gonna talk about NFL draft. I'm gonna throw my soccer kit on, bro.
Yeah, I'm rocking the Peterson today.
All right. Yeah. Hey, we're gonna show off the hats. I mean, since we got the folks, this is a beautiful Maryland Renaissance Festival hat, dude. So
yeah, I got the Cigar City from the Tampa Bay Airport hat.
Well, I got the shirt that didn't fit you. So thanks, Megan. Shout out.
Well, hey, you didn't get that shirt because it didn't fit me, because it's a large, which will never fit me. She bought that for you.
Megan, you're the sweetest I've ever met in my entire life.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Make sure to check us out every Thursday on Penalty Box Radio. It's been great having you guys. And Brandon, I'll talk to you later.
Peace.
Don't know how to end it.
Just leave the meeting.